Okay, welcome back. We are at the low point of the day, mind you, at 18,568. 18,564 is the low, so we are practically there. And this is the latest leg down that we are seeing. It's been a pretty volatile session. The first kind of cut happened right after the RBI policy at 10:40. A middling kind of session since. And I think there was one cut at about 250, but the market recovered, and now there is this which is emerging. So at the low point was about an 80-odd point cut with about 17 minutes of session remaining. But our segment D Street Chatter is here. Nimesh, of course, speaks with a range of market participants to get us an insight into what's happening. Nimesh, what are you picking up? Afternoon.
Hi, Prashant. Afternoon. So, again, a day of consolidation, but the trend seems to be that the financials tend to outperform, and that's been the trend today as well. In fact, the feedback is after the credit policy, the volumes have picked up in the financial stocks, and those are well bid, both private banks as well as the PSU bank stocks. So, the RBI policy is pretty much on the expected line. So, and since then, you're seeing a bit of buying back in the financial stocks. The other important thing is the falling crude prices, and that's positive on the margin for the Indian macros, and that's why I guess India is holding up despite weakness in the global markets. I guess technically 18,300 is a level to watch on the downside. That's where the key support levels are. And on the upside, 18,700, 18,800 is a level to watch. But again, the overall feedback is, while the Nifty is consolidating, there is momentum in the financial names, and even the mid-cap and small caps are relatively outperforming, because that's where the pocket of strength seems to be. So they have consolidation, but there is buying in the financials and selective buying in the mid-cap and small cap.
Okay, and what about stocks, Nimesh? What are you picking up on individual names?
So in terms of individual names, the first stock is Stylum. That stock is buzzing in trade up 5%. There's a block of nearly 1% equity changing hands, and I believe one of the domestic leading AIF was a buyer in today's block, and hence a big move in that stock. So that's the first one. The second stock is Triveni Turbines. That's been consolidating off late, but I believe there's going to be a large block deal in Triveni Turbines very soon, and it's going to be likely a clean out trade, from the seller entity. So that will be very important to track going forward in Triveni Turbines. So that's the second one. The third stock is Indiabull Real Estate. That's been buzzing in the last few days. In fact, this month the stock is up 10%. Remember, the NCLT hearing for the proposed merger is scheduled for tomorrow. That is December 8th, but may not be the final one. If there is a final conclusion and the judgment, then you can see a potential re-rating further from these levels. So Indiabull Real Estate will react to the NCLT hearing tomorrow. So that's something to track for. And the last one is Sapphire. Again, I understand there's going to be a large block deal in Sapphire very soon. A leading FII holder who owns a large chunk in Sapphire is likely to sell out. Again, could be a clean out trade. So that's going to be a large block. And that's something to track in Sapphire as well.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Let's continue tracking the markets. It's now down back.